Why do we fear politicians and don't speak against them is because we have an image that they are powerful, they are economically well to do, and we all know that money yields power. And they're also well connected, which helps them rig the system, especially in countries that lack the hygiene of following rules. They get power by being bold in their actions, whether it is making a fool of themselves on public stage, lying to get power, or shaking hands with their enemies, which might seem immoral and corrupt to a common man. Everyone admires boldness. A lot of married women risk their marriages with stable partners to get one night stands with people much younger than them. Why so? Because women in general are attracted to the confidence and risk taking behavior of these young folks, free of any inhibitions, calculations, etc. etc. Our psyche always looks for things that stand out from the herd. Anything that stands out from the herd garners attention, which in turn garners power for them. Yo guys, namaskaram. So today's topic might be interesting. I had like a lot of insights, and I wanted to just share some of them because I think these insights can be really helpful the way we kind of approach our life these days, right? So lately, I had been reading about entering action or any action for that matter with boldness. So this is law number 28 from the 48 laws of power, wherein Robert Greene states, and I quote, enter action with boldness. If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Timidity is dangerous. Better to enter with boldness. Any mistakes you commit through audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. Everyone admires the bold, no one honors the timid. And I unquote. Our subconscious always looks for ways to avoid conflicts with people because we have developed a habit of fitting into society. Our timidity is a habit learned from society, particularly our mothers. They teach us to be protective because of their motherly instincts. Not all parents have learned parenting, and if we look at it, the situations which they were raised in were quite different. Their times are majorly of poverty, and their parents, that is, our grandparents, are more so creatures of the past, ridden with the fear of survival and just having that mindset of, okay, I need to just go with the herd, protect myself and my family. But now the times have changed. Boldness works on all levels. Since the majority of my audience is males, let me tell you how it works in seduction. Everyone admires boldness. A lot of married women risk their marriages with stable partners to get one night stands with people much younger than them. Why so? Because women in general are attracted to the confidence and risk taking behavior of these young folks, free of any inhibitions, calculations, etc. etc. Our psyche always looks for things that stand out from the herd. Anything that stands out from the herd garners attention, which in turn garners power for them. Niccolo Machiavelli states, and I quote, I certainly think it is better to be impetuous than cautious, for fortune is a woman, and it is necessary if you wish to master her to conquer her by force. And it can be seen that she lets herself be overcome by the bold rather than by those who proceed coldly. And therefore, like a woman, she is always a friend to the young because they are less cautious, fiercer, and master her with greater audacity. And I unquote. So you might have also seen this predominant belief that, like, when women are young person, they kind of go for these bad boys person. Sometimes people are weird in all sorts of ways, right? Sometimes they just risk stable marriages or stable relationships for these things. There is a part of her psyche that wants to be led into the unknown, and if you fill that gap by being uncertain and bold in your action, it seduces her on a subconscious level. Now, moving further, it is important to clarify what it means to be bold. I don't want you to go ahead and start engaging in criminal behaviors like road rampage and other things because you saw a video online of a bald guy speaking to you about it. Being bold for your dreams is how you get power in the long run. If you consciously choose the path of risking what you feel is right in your heart, let's say learning instruments, starting those new projects which you have been fearing, etc., that is what seduces a person the most. You might have seen how the CEOs of a lot of companies lie these days to get a project with a big client long before they know how to do that thing. It's on the confidence of the ability to figure it out is what sells the buyer, and he goes in to close the deal. The more timid you become in today's world, the more people will push you around. Green states in his book that if we are timid, people around us sense that in a weird way. All of us pick signals unconsciously and we know who to pick up on. It's the classic case of bullying among children. The class is likely to pick up on that one individual who never speaks up and is okay with others bullying him or her. Even the lowest person on the ladder from a hierarchical point of view will tend to bully that one person. You might have seen how the lion comes up from within that guy or girl when it comes to bullying the one. I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but this is how we animals, aka also known as human beings, tend to work. If you hesitate once you have chosen a task for yourself, you will see that there are a lot more obstacles coming your way. However, if you're bold in your mindset, all the obstacles will not look like obstacles but small challenges to you. It's the mindset with which you approach everything is what matters. Even if you make mistakes, if you are even more audacious, that mistake would just become a shadow of the larger plan. Everyone seems to forget things or small facts all the time, but what they don't forget is the feeling. It's all about making yourself feel that you can do anything, is what unlocks that hidden potential within. When you're bold, it also intimidates fears among others, which helps you create more power. Why do we fear politicians and don't speak against them? Is because we have an image that they are powerful, they are economically well to do, and we all know that money yields power. And they're also well connected, which helps them rig the system, especially in countries that lack the hygiene of following rules. They get power by being bold in their actions, whether it is making a fool of themselves on public stage, lying to get power, or shaking hands with their enemies, which might seem immoral and corrupt to a common man. The reason we are taught these morals in the first place is by these cunning politicians so that we can be numb forever and be a part of the herd so that they can keep exploiting us. What they fear is our awareness and our ability to stand up, because when the common man stands up in numbers, it fears the entire system. Like, look at the recent example of South Korea when their leader wanted to impose military rule. How, due to the power of the common man, he was forced to take back that call and is now in the process of resigning. You all have the strength within you to change the system. It's just a matter of boldly speaking out your truth and getting allies on your side who resonate with you. I remember reading Osho once in one of these books wherein he said that the reason our education system sucks so much is because it is controlled by the state. The state does not want you questioning their policies and critiquing them, because in a hierarchical society, we want to worship power, we want to treat people like gods, we fear change, and also if a junior questions us, that just doesn't feel right to our ego. Learn to be bold when you're young for your dreams, ambitions, value, and the type of world that you want to create. It does not matter whether the world yields it or not. What matters is you don't fear your expression and the consequences with which it comes. Only when the young will infuse this nation with the spirit of what a true youth means to be, will the older people also understand the importance of keeping a youthful spirit in their heart. In the future videos, I'll explain how being bold in certain situations can be moronic and outright stupid, but on that later. Experiment with this and let me know what your thoughts, experiences, and let's say experience of life has been with these insights. And if you're looking for paid consultations, you can reach out to me via my website or my email. My team will reach out to you. Anyhow, that's a small video which I wanted to kind of shoot. Let me know what you feel about it. And until then, this is Debu Ki Dastak from Debu Ki Dastak signing off. Cheers. Bye.